how's it going? How's it going, everybody? How's your portfolio doing so far? I assume it's pretty good. Thanks to Sammy Stark's bull run. Yeah, if you talk about my assets, my net worth grew like, yeah, net worth wise, like 40-50% growth as of now compared to back in February when Trump invaded Iran. Yeah, 50% growth net worth was really nice. I mean, yeah, my total assets grow as well. So which is crazy because I actually took a huge position on semiconductor stocks. So obviously, if you look at the major semiconductor index like SOX, SMH, like up 50-60% year to date, really crazy. I think it's, yeah, some investors are a bit concerned about this rapid rise, but I think in the long run, you can expect a moderate growth in the long run. Yeah, because if you look at the supply chain, the shortage of supply of like memory stocks or specific memory semiconductors or yeah, I think it's quite, it is no question that semiconductor market industry grow quite rapidly in the long run. So you can easily invest in those stocks, memory chip, overall semi market. Okay. But the thing is, I think institutional investors do short selling on major index like SOX, SMH, even some of those hyped up stocks like Micron, SanDisk, and Western Digital. Yeah, I think it's yeah, but yeah, there's some chances to down like 20-30% corrections. Yeah, but I think in the long run you can invest. You can expect. You can hold an optimistic view because it's not a dot-com bubble or it's not a bubble. Okay, it's backed by solid supply demand, right? So that's all to it, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT whether semi-stocks can grow or rise from current level. All right. Okay. Hey, how's it going, ChatGPT? I want to ask you something. Can I ask you something?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind? Feel free to ask me anything.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, if you think about, if you look at the recent growth of semi stocks like it's Kospi index, SMH, or SOX, it's crazy, like 67% growth. But in the short term, for example, like 1 year, do you think those semi stocks can grow moderately?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, they've been on such a tear, especially with AI and all these innovations. But yeah, a 60% jump in a year, it's a big spike. So I think in the short term, it's pretty possible they might cool off a bit. I'd expect maybe a moderate growth or at least some consolidation. I'd be cautious about expecting another blowout year right away.
Alrighty, so yeah, they might cool off a bit. Okay, that meaning like 20-30%. Okay, short-term corrections can be possible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 20 to 30% corrections wouldn't be out of the question, especially given how much momentum they've had. I think it's healthy though, in a way, just a chance for a breather. So if you're holding or thinking about buying, maybe keep a long term horizon in mind, kind of ride out the volatility.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. So as ChatGPT said, markets. I think some corrections can be happened. So you have to be prepared. But in the long run, I think semi is really promising. So you can invest in those stocks At least I took a massive position. Like if you look at my entire portfolio, like 50% semi now, and 40% S&P 500, and the 10% is Nasdaq 100 QQQ. So yeah, I think it's quite big in my portfolio, but it's true that my net worth, like net worth, grew 50% in a couple months, right? So yeah, and it's still May, right? Usually people say selling May is bad for stock market, but this May up so hard, right? So I think I can't wait until the end of this year. Some brokerage firms set the target for S&P 8,000 points. 8,000. If from current level like 7,500, like less than 10%, right? For example, let's say S&P is up like 7 or 8% from now on until the end of this year. If S&P up 8%, Nasdaq 100 returns, I think, times 1.5. So I don't know, maybe 14% or 16%. So if Nasdaq 100 returns 16%, right? Meaning semi stocks will do a bull run again, okay? Because the Nasdaq 100 is driven by, primarily those hot semi stocks like SanDisk, Micron. So if Nasdaq 100 is up 16% this year for the rest of the year, you know what? SOX, SMH, those semi index will be up like well over 20%. Crazy, right? I know FOMO is really dangerous, okay? I know, I learned by myself, okay? Last year, I lost tons of money on crypto, digital asset treasury firms. It was crazy, but I can tell this is not a short-term phenomenon. It's a real growth, right? So if you believe in me or believe in market, you can invest huge chunk of money into semi stocks. However, disclaimer here, 20-30% correction would be, I think it can be happening, right? Because if you look at the past year, like for example, like SMH's annualized return, like 50% I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, 50% in the past 3 years, right? But now SMH is already up 60% year to date, okay? Already achieved yearly annualized return in the last 3 years. In the last 3 years, semi stocks was crazy, right? Were crazy, okay? So some corrections could be happened in the next few in a few months, but in the long term, semis are promising. All right, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.